How much will the fighters see, Danny? Will this wake them up on the profitability of the product?
So just real quick before answering that, I can totally see something like Tough, which is season based and there's episodes dropped every week. I can totally see that ending up on Netflix. That's something Netflix would very much like to add to the sports library. But anyways, yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm kind of tired of talking about this just because like it's a conversation that keeps going nowhere. And it seems really the only people that care about it is us, the media. And to a certain extent, part of my initial reaction, I know Farah and Dan were talking about immediately how this could affect the fighters. Mine wasn't, but I think I'm probably starting to not care as much as well. But the truth is that, I mean, we sound like a broken record. But yeah, of course, the fighters are getting screwed here. We see that in other TV deals in terms of like sports. The athletes get a portion of it. And in this case,
sometimes 50-50.
Yeah. And in this case, again, they're getting nothing. And again, are we going to hear something from the fighters? I bet you there's not going to be a single tweet about this. I mean, the only people talking about it is us. So look, if the fans don't care, if the fighters don't care, then what are you going to do about it? But yes, should they see some of this money? Yes. And in terms of like how much the fighters getting these days and bonuses, I think they should look at that deal and be like, wait, is my pay? Am I getting the appropriate races according to how much more expensive or how much more value now the sport is? And the value is brought by what? The fighters and the fights. So obviously the UFC has a hand in that in terms of logistics and all that. But yeah, they should. If I'm a fighter and I see that deal, I'm thinking everyone should be up for a new contract.
What I heard is that Renato Moicano doesn't want to raise anyway, so he's not too concerned. But as far as the other 599 athletes, we've been saying this for years. Collectively as a group, you have power. Individually, probably not. But I think it's going to be interesting to see whose management team, the ones that have agents, who are the ones that are going to be able to sift through the numbers and try and correlate what they used to get paid and then according to the new contract, what they can get paid. But again, individually, it's like walking the plank. It's very, very difficult to negotiate against the UFC. The reason these other sports have been so successful to get to where they're at. Have you guys seen what NBA and Major League Baseball players make? It's ridiculous. But if you get injured, you are covered. All right. It's all guaranteed. In the NFL, it's not all guaranteed. You can get some guaranteed money, but that's negotiated at the front in a signing bonus. So even them, I know they wish they had the contracts and the protection that NBA and MLB players get, but they did that collectively. They had to strike. They had to make sacrifices. In our sport, too much selfishness. I don't know if we'll get there. I hope they do because they deserve some of this pie, guys. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. I'm really happy for the numbers. I'm happy for the growth of the sport. I'm happy that I don't have to jump around and pay a bunch of different places. I already got Paramount Plus. Have you seen Lioness or Landman? I mean, they got some great shows. Stoked about it, but yes, the fighters are the product. Go ahead, Danny.
The deal with ESPN 5 years ago, it was
$500 million for 5 years.
How much?
$500 million for 5 years, and I think initially
$500 million a year.
So much they upped it. Yeah, they did a quick renegotiation because ESPN saw value. This is more than double.
Yeah, so that's what I was trying to get at. So it's about a little bit more than double. So what is the UFC selling here to Paramount? What did Paramount just buy? The product itself, right? And sure, the UFC puts on a stage, a broadcasting team, and they have expenses, but the core of the product is the fights, right? The fighters themselves. So obviously it doesn't correlate 100%, but I think more or less there's an accurate translation that the labor that the fighters are putting on that octagon is more or less worth double now, right? So like you should be getting paid twice as much. Obviously,
I'd start with that because remember, I think it used to be like 18 to 20% of
right. But I'm just saying, whatever they were getting paid now,
fighters, and the ESPN deal was so big, and the fighters didn't move up and negotiate their own deals that it went down. I heard to like 13%. So. Right. Yeah, I mean, like I say, this hopefully a lot of the fighters, especially the ones that make a lot of money, lead the way and get some smart people to figure out exactly what is the value of each person, and then it'll trickle down. You know,
there's no way that's gonna happen. We we all it's not gonna happen. But like, yeah, if you just look at it like, it's literally the same amount of fights, the same fights, and now they're worth more than double. So yeah, I mean, theoretically, like, they should get paid more, but I have no hope whatsoever that something is going to change here, to be honest, in terms of their